But we cosplayed for an episode.
And that was dumb. I hate it.
So instead we're just gonna give Ryan a nice red paint job. Only on his muscles, though.
Well, those are the parts that need to be red. It's like you can see through to the muscles beneath that he doesn't have anymore.
Ah.
It's gross.
Ew.
No, it does kind of look like muscle fiber.
Yeah, a little.
So, what does this one do?
Slightly increase attack power. You absorb electrolytes really fast, but you also use them up really fast.
Don't disrupt the students while class is in session. I believe you're familiar with the lesson plan. The same regimen you went through in Liberia. Effective program. Just look how you turned out.
Hey, I'm here to kill you. Maybe you shouldn't just stand there and talk at me. Just a suggestion.
Doing it virtually, though? No fuss, no muss. Straight to the brain. It's like a dream. Well, maybe dream is the wrong word. They do kill some POWs, some civilians. They enjoy it, though. We give their pleasure centers a nice big jolt every time. Plus,
I wish Sundowner just laughed like that at the end of every sentence. Woohoo! Alright! Yeah!
Honky tonk! Yeehaw!
I chose this. They're kids, you son of a bitch.
And kids are cruel. All people are by nature. They just lose touch with it as they get older.
So, did Sundowner not understand what hair plugs actually are? And get stuck with those things?
Maybe he forgot to bring his cyborg cowboy hat.
Manipulated to performing all kinds of atrocities.
He looks like if he takes off that coat, he will be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
That's why.
He's just a large man.
You just don't see the bigger
With a shell-like back.
Count the fingers, you know it's true.
Say you bring this whole place down. Waltz out of the rubble with all these precious brains. Nothing changes.
Put me down, mister. Put me down. What did I do to you?
Look at all these adorable brains.
We've got offices around the world.
Buy me last pape, sir.
Don't you just want to give these chattering brains a hug?
We're just suppliers. We don't create the market for war.
Hey, did you wash those hands?
The Patriots are gone.
Those guys just manage the war economy. They
Oh,
didn't
okay.
invent it. Did you think every battle in history...
I wonder if my brain makes the same chattering noise when it's out of my head.
Conspiracy?
I gotta say, MGS2 put forward the case that every battle in history was part of a big old conspiracy.
None of this will matter.
Sundowner, did you even play MGS2? I was in it.
I didn't like the part where you showed up, Ryden. I put the game down right there.
Not here.
Heard about you backflipping with your naked junk waddling all over the place. I don't want none of that in my video games.
I want to play games entirely about father figures. That door's still open, which obviously means there's a secret fight over there.
Obviously.
It's a really short one, though. It's just 2 raptors and 2 striders. Like, you can try and go for like a perfect score here, but it's way easier to just take no damage and destroy everything with Ripper mode. And almost get hit by missiles.
Isn't it always?
Well, not all of them. When you got like these twitchy guys.
Would you stop twitching and let me pull your juices out? Gosh.
Yeah, way easier to just go Ripper mode in that fight.
Anyway, Sundowner, get back here. Hey, hey you!
Raiden, I told you not to lose him, but you had to go do that dumb secret fight. You know they put those secret fights just to distract you. Also, those collectibles to distract you. Don't even try looking for those, Ryan. Look, I know AR mode says there's a chest over there, but just come on.
But Boris, my rank. You don't pay me enough. I have to find all the secret money.
I really wish Doctor would just stop just gamifying Ryan's entire life experience. Look, gamification is a real problem.
Do 10 sit-ups, get 10 points. That's how we should live our lives. Welcome to the future.
I can't even buy groceries without pretending I'm leveling up. If I level up, I'll get more coupons.
Oh no. Does that mean extreme couponers are just a result of a horrible, tedious grind? Cause it kinda fits.
Real life MMO.
Yeah, having 100 jugs of Tide is endgame content. I don't want to live in a world where a beat-up station wagon is an epic mount.
No. We're getting there.
Oh yeah, this is part of every respectable business office building. the weird outdoor, I don't know, horror movie part? Like, what the hell is this? This is where Obi-Wan fought Boba Fett's dad.
Yeah.
What is this?
So there's another one of these guys over here. Can't reach him in any other way than just throwing grenades or whatever at him.
It was not effective.
Takes 3 grenades to take one out.
Why? Why in the world is that a true thing?
I don't know.
How many does it take to take out one that is not stacked?
Just 1.
Well, come on then!
When they link arms, they get really strong. It's that friendship bond.
This is kind of an anime.
Yeah.
How's this, Jack? We can play up here without damaging the merchandise.
Did he ask to have his cyborg chest look like a face?
By merchandise, he's talking about his cyber testicles.
You're too late. Even at Mach 2, you wouldn't make it. And killing you is gonna take some time. Slow and painful.
See, I thought this guy was going to turn into the final boss.
I know, right?
He seemed that way from the opening chapter.
Yeah, they make him pretty big and intimidating. It seems like final boss material, but he ain't.
Like I said, kids are cool, Jack. And I'm very in touch with my inner child.
Yes!
He's got like the Shredder mask, almost.
Ryan's impinging on the sacred rights of business, Shredder.
You can be cooler than that, Jack.
Alright, so he has shields with reactive tank armor on them, so his shields explode.
Yeah, you know.
So
yeah.
he'll do stuff like purposefully block in an attempt to make you attack his shields so they'll blow up in your face.
Uh-huh.
He starts out the fight with him trying to ram into you with his shields.
Has Desperado ever given any thought to renting out space on his shields for advertising?
Man, that'd be great.
I'm sure the Denver Chamber of Restaurant Commerce would love to get in on that.
Yeah. So you can actually get rid of his shields, and lots of people have problems getting rid of them.
Uh-huh. I imagine it involves hitting him a lot and then going into blade mode?
Well, there's several ways. Like here, if you parry counter him, he'll try to turtle up. If you get through his weak spot, his shields will split apart, and then you can chop off those arms.
Alright.
The problem is like, the weak spot is 3 boxes, and
Right.
you need to cut through all 3 of them. If you cut through less than 3, it'll blow up.
Like so.
Yeah. You can also parry that charge and get a chance to pry the shields apart. The problem is, before Sundowner, there are no enemies that really absolutely require you to use the stick to do precision cutting. So if you just do nothing but face buttons, cutting those shields off with precision is going to be really hard for you. And that's like a really common complaint with Sundowner, is that lots of people think it's too hard to cut his shields apart. So he starts fighting differently once take his shields off. It's entirely possible to kill him without ever taking his shields off, which also means the lyrics never kick in. Because you can just dodge around him and still get hits in and all that. He's also one of the bosses most susceptible to getting his shit wrecked if you're good at blade canceling stuff.
Huh. We discovered that this update. Interesting how
right
things
here.
work out. Yeah.
And just constantly slide into him before he can do shit, and just throw him around. Something also kind of strange about Sundowner's fight, he actually doesn't have that much health. I think it's because they expect you to take a while to take his shields off. Because, like, I'm using the machete with an unupgraded strength stat entirely so I have enough time to show off what he can do, like this. You can just dodge through this with good timing, but it's better to parry it, because after you parry it enough, it'll break. Otherwise, you'll just walk around with that for a long time.
How is that the bad result? That's amazing. You have no sense of joy.
If I used my normal sword here, I could have killed him in about a minute and a half. He has... The boss health is just shown as percentages, but they have actual hit points. Monsoon has like 8,000, Sundowner only has like 5,000.
Huh. Huh. I wonder what's gonna happen now! I bet it's awesome!
It's probably gonna be pretty sweet!
Dog, hack into this bird. I can't do that right. I don't care, do it!
Yeah, so light attack fires missiles. You can use AR mode to find falling debris and stuff more easily if you need to.
What does heavy attack do?
Nothing. I think it also fires missiles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, all you can use is fire missiles. This is... We're in the finishing move for Sundowner, by the way. This is it.
So you surf all the way back up the building.
Yep.
And you slice up the helipad.
Yep.
And then you dodge the missiles and throw that thing at the helicopter, which blows it up, which makes Sundowner fly at you.
And now... Z for Zorro!
That's a finishing move.
Yes.
Good night, folks. He's just watching you. What a creep.
Jack, what happens in 3 hours?
He'll launch Operation Tecumseh.
Who? Armstrong?
Says too much.
For a dead person, you are saying quite a bit.
Call to make.
Got yourself shaving?
Asshole.
I've taken Marshall HQ.
What's left of it?
I have just entered Delta airspace. I will
Could have
be
chopped
there
about 3/4 of it in half.
soon. Right. What's on
Raiden, you're not good at subtractions.
Anything that'll rival 9/11 cannot be good.
And in 3 hours, maybe less. He said even Mach 2 could not get there in time.
If he was serious, that's over 4,000 miles away.
4,500. So whatever it is, it's not happening on American soil.
If it's gonna spike demand for PMCs, it's gotta be a political hotspot. A coup or civil war in a stable region wouldn't have a domino effect.
And they'd want to draw in a superpower.
What?
The president. He's on his way to Pakistan. If something happens to him there,
Oh, shit. The War on Terror Part 2.
contact the military.
Official channels are frozen since Mexico.
Welcome to 2013, where the war on terror is a bad thing we need to avoid in our action media.
Then we have to get there first.
We're living in the future, folks.
Yep.
Impossible. It is the other side of the planet. Even if we were in the world's fastest jet right now, it's not even close.
Doctor, crank up my ninja run.
It's not a jet we need.
Courtney?
An RLV would make it with time to spare.
That's...
Mach 23 if we're talking 1 atmosphere. 17,000
I can't wait to go fast.
Are we gonna shoot Raiden into space?
Under half an hour.
Because I'd really like to shoot Raiden into space.
That might happen. And that is Act 4.
Hooray!
And for taking out... Oh, we also get a Desperado body.
Ew.
Yeah. And also, the pincer swords, which are called Bloodlust. We've got a ton of money.
Yeah.
So the Desperado body, I mean, you just get
It's
that...
even redder!
Yeah. It does have one new thing. If you're running around an area where is a stealth area or enemies aren't aware of you, it takes them a lot longer to recognize that you're an enemy because you got their paint job on you.
Come on, give me the pincer.
Pincer, Bloodlust, pretty sweet. And again, just nothing but strength stats. Even if this thing was entirely upgraded, you can, or unupgraded, you can just wreck everything with this.
Nice.
So yeah, now we're probably gonna shoot Raiden into space. There's also 2 new moves for Bloodlust, and we're just gonna get that right away. Along with Stormbringer, which means we bought all the moves now. We also have all the life upgrades that you can buy. There's still a couple to be found in levels, but...
Alright, and we're like 3/4 through the game-ish?
Pretty much.
Pretty much?
Yeah.
So that means we've played 3 hours.
Yes. And 11 updates. Sungunner also has an unblockable attack. It takes out almost half your health. Also, Sungunner can kind of be killed with an infinite loop.
Uh-huh.
If you grapple him, you can kind of juggle him forever if you have good enough timing. Like, look at this. He's just flopping. He can't do shit.
The bigger they make them in Texas, the harder they fall.